Welcome, Scorpio. What's up? This is Bluntly Scorpio Tarot, where we keep it 100 for you, baby. Scorpios love the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you. Welcome in, babies. Let's see what's up. We're tapping into the confessions of your ex. The more you tap into my energy, the more yours can come through. So make sure you subscribe. Let's tap in and find out what's going on. Sometimes it's always good to kind of know what your ex, because we always keep tabs. Like, don't play me. I'm a Scorpio too, so we keep tabs just so we are aware of our enemies, our friends, our families. We're the investigators of the zodiac for show. Okay, so let's see what's going on. We're going to start off with the Hidden Future Oracle. Let's get your energy pulled in here, baby. Let's see what's up. Copycat. Oh yeah, we get those all the time. We're the trendsetters. Next to a Leo, for sure. Keeping a promise. Watching shit go down. Enjoying the gossip. Tantric sassy time. We be putting it down, Scorpio. Stop giving out good booty. Emotional intelligence. Oh, someone's sapiosexual. That means that you like someone's thought process. You get a kick out of that. You know what I'm saying? Red lipstick stains. Insecure. Okay. Well, this X here, we're going to do it this way. Because I'm going to be pulling from a bunch of different decks, so. So this ex is definitely missing your sussy time. They had betrayed you with the red lipstick stains. It's interesting. I said keeping tabs, and then we got enjoying the gossip here. So you've noticed something when you peeped game on this person. They knew you were very smart, like you are very vast in your knowledge here about certain subjects with the emotional intelligence. It's like where your intuition kind of kicked in here. They're trying to play like they don't care, but their mind is all over the place, especially with the copycat card here. Let me move this stuff over here. Hold on one second. Oh, we got beginnings at the bottom of the deck there. They think about you often. Y'all made a lot of promises to each other. There's a particular promise, though. We'll see. Let's get a little bit more here. Ooh, past life. And it showed up in reverse. Deja vu. Repeated patterns, karmic lessons in reverse. Yeah, you felt it. I told you your intuition's strong. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Oh man, and it's popping up over keeping a promise. Beginnings, try again, new direction, start over. Rejection, abandoned, dismissed, irrational fear. The way you ride. And that tantric sassy time is coming out, honey. Yeah, you cut this person off. They're thinking about trying to come back here, this person. I feel like here with the past life and the copycat, you realized instantly that whoever this ex is, they mimicked you. And so when you started to realize that it was a ruse, right? Then it's like, okay, well, this isn't genuine. And we're all about honesty, right? Being blunt, being real. All right, let's keep going. Let's get some more. Clinging, holding on, obsessing, and spying. So just as much as you are watching them, they are watching you. Distance, separation, space, blockage. Bottom of the deck, we have memories. They thinking about it, especially with the beginnings coming out several times. Reminiscing, dwelling, bittersweet. So it's like they know that they could have done better, right? They could have definitely done better. Their confessions is that they wish they could have a new beginning with you. They want to try and do things right, but it seems like it may be too late, whoever this is. They're going to bring up a promise that you guys had discussed before. Maybe that's the promise of the future. I don't feel like they were ready for a full commitment at the time that you guys were together. Let's keep going. Ooh. Controversy, drama, scandal, truth coming out, which I feel where you're picking up on some of their drama going on with the watching the stuff go down there. That copycat motion is no longer valid. It's like it's been too long now. You're starting to see this person's, you know, true self. They're no longer pretending. Let's keep going. Spotlight, limelight, audience, self-absorbed. That's putting on that facade. I told you it's no longer working. Self-love, nice, Scorpio. Yeah, loving you, taking back control, finally being happy. So you guys have been separated for a little while now. I'm going to say probably over 6 months to a year. Yeah. That's when most of the time a lot of people's mask fall off. Red flags. Hello, listen, Linda. Cheating with the red lipstick stains. I mentioned that earlier. Signs, deception. Although you're the one that put it down the best. I'm going to be real. Holla if you hear me. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Listen. Hiding their true feelings, deep emotions, secretly in love, cold and detached. They like, dang, man, I messed it up with Scorpio. Why I do that? Yeah, why did you do that, fool? You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. You know, it does depend where you're at in your healing journey, Scorpio, whether you're... what you put out is what you get back, you know what I mean? So if you're not healed and you're putting out that energy, you're going to attract the red flags. If you're working on your path here and listening to your intuition and, you know, really staying enlightened with your spirit team, you know what I mean, then you're going to also drag that into your energy, you know what I mean? So you got to kind of put that where that fits, but it just seems like you really caught on to this person's mask here. They do want to try and come back, though. Mystery, okay. Unknown, enigma, illusion, confusion. They're wondering if you ever really cared because the cutoff game is strong, okay? But, I mean, at the end of the day, once we do decide to cut you off as a Scorpio, yeah, that burnt bridge is demolished. Heartbreak, hurt, betrayal, grief, disappointment. This is where I feel like caused the final break here. Because, again, there's a few cards referencing cheating. You know what I mean? So this person took advantage of your love here. But you're loving yourself again. You're finally getting back to a more stable foundation for yourself. Family, generations, children, ancestors, origin. Interesting, I mentioned ancestors earlier. So, excuse me. I'm understanding here that you are, or maybe you've had a child with this person, you know, or maybe their family was the main influence. Okay, here we go. Friends, acquaintance, trust, support, loyalty. So that's a definite sign that their family was, you know, maybe their family's toxic in nature. And so they didn't know how to properly love, but they're not taking the time to learn how to either, which is where that mask is coming in. So I do feel like their family members... Oh, they said wait on this one. Excuse me. Let's go to the tarot here. I just got shut down. They was like, excuse you. I don't know whose spirit team this is. Let's dive in, though. Let's see what's up. What are they copying, catting? If that's even a word. Queen of Swords. So they're trying to pretend like they're detached like you are. You got a sharp mouth, a sharp tongue, Scorpio, male or female. Because, you know, you have to really tap into when you attack someone's emotions and their feelings. You know, you got to kind of look at it. You got to be feminine in order to really jab at that area of expertise, because when you say something that really hurts somebody's feelings, it goes deep, you know. It goes real deep. So they're trying to play like, you know, oh, you know, they don't hurt, but they dying inside. That's crazy work. They trying to pretend to be like you, like they detached. You're very handsome, very beautiful. Ooh, card fell. What is it? Ooh, 9 of Swords. Yeah, like I said, they're trying to act like, oh, it don't bother me. It don't hurt. It don't hurt. Yeah, it do. It don't hurt. Yeah, it do. One more again. Okay. Knight of Wands. Ooh, they miss that sassy time. They craving it. They like, dang, that stuff was good. Especially if you can cook, okay? Cook and throw it down in the bedroom? Shoot. That's a delicacy, my guy. What's keeping a promise? 7 of Cups. And the 9 of Swords came right back out. Interesting. They made the same promise over and over again that they're going to let these other options go, or they're going to not let their family influence them. They're going to start to build a little bit better and working on their, you know, their morals and values as it pertains to a relationship. So they try to make it seem like, oh, I'm a change. I'm a change mofo. Okay. I'm a change. They ain't gonna bother me no more. I'm not gonna run back. I'm not gonna do this. They have too much going on at once with the 7 of Cups and the 9 of Swords. Like, it's kind of like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Like, they'll tell this person they're gonna change. They'll tell that person they're gonna change, but they never actually apply it to their lifestyle, right? Or to their persona, or to their mask in this case, right? All right, let's keep going here. What's the tantric sassy time and watching stuff go down? Ooh, 2 of Pentacles sideways. So that leads me to believe that that's why they're kind of watching you. They're trying to see if you fully moved on, if they can come back and provide you that new beginning. They also are, you know, wondering if you're giving that ass up to someone else. Like, who's Scorpio messing with now? You know, because I remember they used to do this crazy thing in the in the bedroom. Nobody else do it like Scorpio, you know. Yeah, they're trying to see if you got options, you know, if you're balancing a connection with them or someone else. Let's dive into the red lipstick stains. 2 of Swords. A lot of 2s. Sword energy is legit real. You might be dealing with an air sign. 8 of Wands sideways. The connection is kind of, you know, hit or miss with you. 2 of Swords upright. They know that they had chosen the wrong path, you know, especially with the 2 of Pentacles being sideways. You know, they didn't want to actually build all the way, because again, I feel like they're telling all these different types of options, all these different types of 7 of Cups, that they're going to do something and then they don't do it. I don't know about you, Scorpio, but for me, that is a pet peeve. Don't tell me you're going to do something and you don't do it. Because I go above and beyond. If I say I'm going to be there at 6, I'm going to be there at 5:30. You know what I mean? Like, so I expect the same energy in certain aspects, you know, and that's one of them. So, you know, 2 of Swords, they're like laying out their cards right now. They're laying out and looking at it like, okay, where did I go wrong? How can I convince Scorpio otherwise to keep my promise that I was going to let these other options go or not let them influence? What's emotional intelligence? Ooh, Justice. Interesting. They feel like enough time has passed here that they have, you know, hey, I made it. You know what I mean? I did my due diligence. I've left you alone. I don't know what it is. I feel like a lot of people have this assumption if they give Scorpio enough time to calm down, then, you know, because once we are all or nothing, you know, 0 to 100, 100 to 0, you know, because that is a thing. Once we cut you off, it's back to 0. You're gonna have to start all the way back over. You know what I mean? Like, no. But they feel like they're Oh my goodness, I just dropped half the deck. Interesting. Look what fell on the floor. Chariot in reverse. They're blocked from coming near you. Or maybe they got car problems. That's probably something you're noticing. They asking for rides on Facebook. The knife, okay? They want to try and come and act like they're fair. They want to try and bring you proof. There's something about proof with the Justice card and emotional intelligence, because emotional intelligence is where you're on that intuition status, you know, and you'll be able to tell if it's legitimate or not, especially since, again, we are the FBI of the Zodiac. Let's find out what's up with this new beginnings here. That came out 2 times. Page of Swords. They want to talk to you about it. They're like, all right, can we have a conversation? I want to show you I'm no longer this, and my family did that, so I've cut them off. You know, again, a lot of sword energy here. What's the rejection? 7 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I mean, especially with Justice being upright, I feel like they're trying to come in as legitimate as possible. That's why they have to provide you documentation. It's raining outside, if you're hearing that noise in the background. This is desire, right? No, clinging. Okay, what's clinging with distance? 4 of Swords. They think about you at night. They have a picture of you. Again with the swords. Who air sign are you dealing with? I'm sorry. I am so biased to air signs. I'm going to keep it 100 with you, Scorpio. Oh, especially Geminis. I can't stand Geminis. I mean, if you a Gemini, my bad, but you ain't dealing with me, so we good. You know what I mean? Like, that's you, boo-boo. But as soon as I hear that word, I'll be like, yeah, no. But I haven't encountered a healing Gemini, so I can't be but so biased. I have encountered quite a few toxic ones, though, for sure. What's this red flags? What we need to let Scorpio be aware of with this ex? 3 of Cups. They still put on a show. You put on quite a show. Really had me going. King of Cups. They worry a lot about what other people think. That's typical for air signs, for sure. Especially with like Aquarius, and Gemini, and Libra. Somebody likes to act like they're flaunting online a lot. They just took a picture with somebody like a few weeks ago, but yet they want to try a new beginning with you. Get out of my face, okay? What's this controversy over here? 10 of Swords in reverse. They're not taking accountability. They're not actually trying to work on the things that need to be worked on, which was obviously a key issue for why you guys are not together. They're coming to you trying to start this, hey, I remember our promise. I'm saying that I'm going to work on it, but the actions is lacking here. What's the limelight, okay? Spotlight, self-love. I feel like that's you, Scorpio. The Lovers in reverse. Damn. Exactly. And the reason why is because, like, you know, the Lovers in reverse is an indication, especially with it being a major arcana. It's where, you know, you're deciding that you don't want to be a side piece. You don't want to have those options. You want a solid foundation. And that's okay, especially if you're doing self-love, because this is to clarify the self-love and the spotlight. Like, you are literally just focusing on loving yourself. You're choosing yourself at this time, and that is beautiful. And they notice that. That is an energy that is very attractive to a lot of others, because they're like, man, like, what do you got that's making you so happy? Like, what's going on in your life? Like, I want to know. I want a piece of that pie, you know? And you're like, oh, skirt. No, no, thank you. You know, look at that. 3 of Pentacles sideways, Wheel of Fortune sideways, 4 of Wands. It could have been a great venture here with this person if they would have actually did what they said they were going to do. You know what I mean? What's mystery? Judgment in reverse. We got Justice upright, but Judgment in reverse. That's the action. That is the fake ass promise, right? It's also where, how is it that you're not suffering like I am? How is it that you're not, how can you deal with your problems even though I'm running from mine? You know, like whoever this person is, it's their thought process. What's the mystery? What's the Chinese secret, you know? What's this heartbreak? Is that them or Scorpio? King of Swords. What I tell you about this air sign? Scorpio, what air sign you dealing with? Put it in the put it in the chat. Which one is it? Nine of Cups. Look at you looking cute. Male or female, you know, that's that energy though. Six of Wands. They ain't getting no victory. They can only watch you from a distance. Like, man, you see Scorpio over there? Why she getting all them likes? Why he getting all them likes? You know, he looking too good out here. Judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh, they talking mess. They feeling some type of way about your greatness for sure. Because, you know, 9 with the 9 of Cups, that's almost to the 10. That's almost completion there. You know, like you've come a long ways, and that self-love is really glowing, because this looks like glowing up here. And I kind of mentioned that earlier, where it's like, hey, that stuff is attractive. You know, when you're in your self-love mode, oof, it's like moth to a flame. Okay, what's family? Let's get some digging here. Ooh, 8 of Cups. Ace of Wands. But you see how the cups are laying in the water? This goes way back into their subconscious here. Water is a form of emotion. You know, it really drives the emotion close to the moon, you know. Goes with the tides, something with the tides. Maybe you're by a beach. Ace of Wands. They're looking at you glowing, baby. Somebody in their family actually liked you. Like they were like, hey, that Scorpio was cool. Like, I don't know why you broke it off with them, but they're doing really good right now. And all they can do is just watch. They listen to somebody though. What's this 8 of Cups? 8 of Cups? Hermit. Yeah, they listen to somebody. And it's funny, I mentioned the moon, and there's the moon cycles at the top of this card. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. So someone that was immature, someone that's a hater. 2 of Cups, yeah. They were noticing that this person was trying, I mentioned the moon, and it's by water. Look at that. And the moon in reverse, yeah. This person was starting to see, like, have you ever, I'm getting a cousin. It's kind of like a cousin that's watching the, you know, they're always being compared to your ex, Scorpio. Like, for years, you know, ever since they were little, you know, like, well, your cousin so-and-so became a doctor or lawyer, and they doing really good, and they met somebody, and then, you know, they come over there and they hang out with that person, Scorpio, and then they're like, hey, man, I don't think Scorpio right for you, you know what I mean? They gonna tear you down. And it's like, for real? You know, because that person's probably looking at it like, hey, family is more validating than a friend. You never know. It just depends. But that's the example that I'm getting. It may not fully apply to you, but that, you know, take that scenario. It could be a cousin. It could be a sibling. It could be a parent. You know, some parents are like that too, where they want to live through their children. So they want their children to do exactly what they want. That could also be a scenario. Because, I mean, we got friends over here at the bottom of this deck. Ooh, social media at the bottom of that. Yeah, they're going through it with somebody. Maybe they found out that a family member has stolen from them, because we got legal matters. Justice, divorce. We got another justice upright. Balance, judgment in reverse. Social media, spying, online dating, reminiscing, and networking. So they're seeing you, and I feel like whoever the person was that told them to stay away from you is also the type of person that is telling them to keep an eye on you. Like, did you see what Scorpio posted? No, I ain't on their page. What they post? They screenshotting something and sending it to them. This is messages from the universe. This stressful situation is almost coming to an end. And it's got a moon on there. Something about the moon. You need to focus on that. We are sending positive energy, financial help, miracles, and life-changing blessings your way. Nice. Your spirit team really loves you. They take care of you often. Of course, you will make mistakes, but the biggest one would be not to try. You have nothing to lose. This thing you have been thinking about for a long time, just go for it. better an oops than a what if. We are here to support you. I feel like you're coming into, especially with you doing a lot of self-love, Scorpio, I feel like you're coming into a finalization of a project is what I'm getting. I'm kind of curious. Hold on, let me find out. I keep getting a finalization, especially with legal matters. This is a career deck. I mean, career and money deck. Hold on. I'm going to try and pull this one out for you. I'm kind of curious what it is. I want to be newsy. You got authority. Clashes with the boss or a challenge to your power will compel you to respond. Choose peaceful solutions if you can. I feel like it's this person coming in that wants to, you know, they're seeing you at a nice pinnacle in your life, you know, a nice elevation, you know, because when you are going down that self-love and healing journey, you do attract a lot of blessings, you know, and this person is witnessing that. So just be mindful that they are going to try and come legit with documentation that they are ready to keep the promise that they made. But they still haven't really taken accountability, and there still seems to be a lot of influence around this person with the Three of Cups, as well as that Nine of Swords coming in quite often. On the table, time to put your demands on the table and get serious about what you want. Ask for a raise, a promotion, or a setup. So there's something that's coming your way here shortly, that you've been working really hard for, and it's going to be coming to fruition really soon, you know, and I just feel like this is going to be a test from your spirit team, to really focus in and using your intuition on whether this person is legitimate or not. You know, yeah, they could bring you as much documentation, but where's that action at? The action is where the key factor is in this message for you. But you know, once they do come back, just know that they do have a lot of red flags still present that haven't been addressed yet. So make sure those are, you know, put your foot down or put it on the table, you know, with your authoritative ass, you know, that you want greatness and you're not going to allow anybody to stomp out your flame. So be ready for that whenever this is their confession to you. And make sure you hype the video. Visit me next time. I'll be posting these once a week. And I will also be moving over to the energy check-in. So make sure you check out that reading as well. All right, Scorpio, I love you. I hope you have a great one. And I'll check you out next time.